Hey everyone, GeminiShadowCat here, and I'm back with more behind the scenes, this time for League of Legends. So, the reason why I decided to do this one is because it's practically on the other end of the scale. It's one of the other different types of ways of editing for me, so I wanted to give you a little insight on what goes on with this one. If you see at the bottom, it is 9:50. I have college today, so I'll be doing the rest of it after. The reason why I'm just recording it early in the morning as well is because the servers have a tendency to not let you go on to custom without friends, and because I'm a loner with this one, yeah, I decided that I'd start it early. I mean, I don't have to talk over it at all because that all comes later, so you'll see how that process goes. So yeah, I'm just about to record. This is my lovely team that I got going on, and once I hit start game, there we go. Oh yeah, if you didn't know already, I'm, well, you should have watched the video already. I'm basically doing the character, or the champion, for Bard. Alrighty then, so I am finally back after X amount of hours. Yeah, I'm going to be starting the next part of this, so I've done the video and everything, and just like the last one, I have to go into Handbrake and render it. But this time I don't have to wait, well, I have to wait for the whole thing, but rather than having to rely on that, I go on to the second bit, which is scripting everything out. Okay, so back to this, so source, open file, second volume, main fraps. Oh, I got rid of the Xtory because I started to record something and the volume didn't work. So screw that. Oh yeah, I've got two videos that I did, one of them's for the different skin, but I am using the main skin. Okie dokie, so yep, 4032, and then I want to obviously start this. Let's call it LOL Bard 1. Okay, and start. Show queue, just to make sure it's all running well. This will last about an hour, so it gives me plenty of time to sort other stuff out. So what I do now, whilst this lovely thing is rendering in the background, I start to get the script ready, because this is all scripted. Well, not what I'm talking now, but the actual main thing is scripted. So that's the big difference between the normal playthroughs that I do and this one. So open up a Word document. Every now and again I check back to see if we're getting specific references right. So what I'll do is I'll also have the main video on here, just so that I can refresh my mind about what's going on and stuff like that. So just to make sure and everything. See, it still plays through whilst it's rendering as well, so slowly obviously, but still does it. At the start of the video I've put like little things to help me out as well. I also check a lot back a lot on my previous stuff as well. Right, I want to check on previous ones, so I've got Rek'Sai and Nah. Let's check on Rek'Sai because that's the recent one. So yeah, talk about it, blah blah blah, passive, and then the end, and then overall view. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm an idiot for closing that out, so I'm going to stop the video here, and then hopefully there'll be words when I come back on this. Okay then, so I finally finished it, just with plenty of time to spare and stuff, so that's all done, and look, there's stuff here, there's actually words. Yeah, I'm that sad and actually put like the things that I find funny in there. Actually no, I find nothing of it funny, but some things hopefully are entertaining in there. But usually I am quite boring when it comes to champion reviews and anything scripted as well, so oh well, who cares. Anyway, yeah, it's all part of the thing. So this is the scripted one, all done, and next what I do is I go into Audacity. It's playing at the moment, so I can't really do much about it, and then go on to new and then talk through it all. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have to stop it because I don't want what happened last time and have it all screwed up. Okay, so I finally sorted out my thing. I can't actually touch this. This is the raw file. There's like 10 minutes worth of it, but I can't actually show you anything at all to do with it because it will screw up my talking that I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, I've kind of done that. This is totally not the second time recording this bit or anything. Yeah, even touching it, it kind of like cuts this one off, which kind of sucks. But anyway, yeah. What I'll do is I'll leave the Fraps file recording and then you can hear it through rather than me talking over it. There you go, that sounds good enough. Let's go for it. Hey everyone, GeminiShadowCat here and I'm doing another League of Legends champion review, this time for Bard, aka the Lost Studio Ghibli character. Wait, that isn't right. No Face, Dynasty Baymax, got it. Bard, aka the Wandering Caretaker. Bard, aka the Wandering Caretaker. Bard, got it. Bard, aka the Wandering Caretaker. And it actually feels like a classic character too, which is great. The style is beautiful, the sounds Bard, which is great. The sounds Bard emits are peaceful and there's some sense of fluidity to him as well that most champions lack. Bard has. Chimes are found all across the map, marked with little yellow wisps. Marked with little yellow marked with little yellow wisps. Bard's Kodamas. I knew I'd say that. Bard's Kodamas. Away from them. Bard's Kodamas. Sorry. Bard's Meeps grant Bard extra firepower. Yourself. Just to let you know, these shrines don't actually act as trinkets. Oh my god. Just to let you know, these shrines don't act as trinkets. Oh my god. Just to let you know, these shrines don't act as trinkets? As Twinkies. Yourself. Just to let you know, these shrines don't act as trinkets, so any advancing enemy can still sneak up on you. For the first time, you have to be aware of your surroundings and manipulate the environment to help play at your best. Anyway, that's my opinion and I'd like to hear your feedback on Bard. But until then, I will see you in the future. Hey everyone, GeminiShadowCat here and I'm doing another League of Legends champion review, this time for Bard, aka the Lost Studio Ghibli character. That is it. As you can tell, there's a lot of screw-ups I do and I take out a lot of things. Just about half of this was all screw-ups. I'm not even kidding because that finished at 4 minutes 59 and it was 9 minutes 59 last time. So that's a whole 5 minutes of screw-ups right there. I do get rid of a lot of pauses as well, but I am far from perfect when it comes to scripting. Scripting is my least favourite thing. Actually, no, it's not my least favourite thing, it's one of the hardest things. But thinking of stuff off your back is also really hard to do as well, so fun times, yeah! I enjoy it nonetheless. So it's all been exported and everything, so I then move on to the lovely stuff of putting it all together, which is even more tedious than having to search through the rubbishness of that. Game sound, voice, this all completely is different to the other thing as well, and I put music in there as well. So import, and then I want to import Bard, and then I want to import, I should have moved it over actually before I did this, but too late now. Lol Bard 1. Actually no, that's fine. That's alright. It's in its right place. So game sound usually goes right down low. But I will check. See if I found another one. No, I haven't done champion review in ages. Okay, so yeah, that's what it should look like in the end. So minus 16 plus 1, minus 6. So that goes right down. And then up a little bit. I'll get around to that bit a little later. But anyway. Close down Rek'Sai. So, unlike the other thing, I have to do them all separately. It's not about syncing it up. It's generally about choosing specific elements to put through, and oh, it is fun. But anyway, what I might do is I might skip through the process of elimination and everything and just get right down to the nitty-gritty part, because it is going to take me forever. What I'll do is I'll have to explain it to you, because I generally do work faster when I'm not speaking. What I usually do at the start of these... Oh, I haven't done the other thing as well. So yeah, I actually have 2 bits in this. One of them which is smaller, just to show off the other thing, so the other skin. All it is just about finding the right bits in there, and then I'll come back when it comes to the music side of stuff, because that's always fun to choose lovely royalty-free music, so you don't get copyright infringement. So there's a couple of things that I want to show you first before I actually start like getting into the whole thing of it. I've actually started already. What I do to actually get the footage is I go through them all individually, bit by bit. Any bits that I find as well for any decent other bits, I snap it, get rid of put it in a little separate bit sometimes, or just leave it there and then go find it later on. But usually the whole process takes me about 4 or 5 hours, just trying to find the footage and everything. But with this one as well, because I reference a lot of stuff, it means cutting around specific things and getting PNG files. So because I do mention Princess Mononoke, and I've already got No Face. Right, I'll show you the hopefully the bit that I end up for. So we've got like pics for vids. Here's one I made earlier, like quite a while actually. So I aim to basically make something like this. So I'm actually going to be using No Face in the end. What I do is I cut around the character, actually stick it on a 1280 by 720 background as well, so that I'm able to manipulate it on this, because when you go to put it through this, it's got to be the full screen to actually use it off the edges, otherwise it's going to chop off on the sides. But yeah, that's what I aim to do. I'm going to look at Princess Mononoke, the Kadamas, can't even say that right, and a couple of other things as well. I might make a couple things like a Dynasty Baymax and everything, you know, just to mix it up. Okay, so I'll start off by finding a lovely picture of Princess Mononoke, hopefully with one with a mask on, and preferably one with feet on. Someone's actually put feet on that one. Oh, need them but bigger. Give me a larger one. Found one! Finally! Hallelujah! Okay, so I finally found one. And shush, that is a totally legal version of Photoshop. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put on a 1280 by 720 screen, and the resolution goes on 300, because technical stuff that I can't be bothered to get into. So that's not too bad. Size, might put it down a little bit. So that's what I'm going to aim to do. Right, I'm going to leave it at that size, and then I'll work my magic. So what I do is I usually stick with the polygon one. I can do the other way, but this is the only way I've done it. Not the only way, but this is the way I do it. So I'll show you how I go about doing this. So I feather it a little bit, smooth it a little bit, and then just delete it from the original one. I aim to do, obviously keep it consistent all the way through. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it is going to be relatively tiny. I mean, it's going to be on there for like a short amount of time anyway, so. But I really do take care of like extra little bits of detail and stuff like that. So this may all look jagged at the moment, but when you actually see the final bit, it all turns out fine. The only problem with these though is that they've got outlines on them, and obviously I cut through the outlines, but I don't think it's much of a problem anyway. Right, yeah, so sometimes I just sort that out and then do it that way, but then sometimes I add an extra bit to it, continue on, so then I can all do it in one big chunk. The only thing that it does do is it kind of risks having to do things all over again. Also, a thing to remember with this as well, the less lines the better. Obviously you need to get around specific elements and everything, well, corners and stuff, but if you just go about doing little tiny things like this, so do that and that and that and that, it kind of doesn't give it as much fluidity. So it's always best just to know which bits to stop and start on. And I mean, I've been doing this for like God knows how long now. Almost 5 years, so that's why it's a little easier for me to do this. I'm just going to leave the wolf in, so round it off. Yeah, that seems good enough. So refine edge. So had it around 7 or 4, 0.7. There we go, and then delete. So it's not too bad. I'm going to just delete the bottom bit. It's a little dodgy. There we go. Oh, and do a little bit on the top as well. A little line. Hide background. Wait for it to all go through. Doesn't matter about alignment because I can source it out anyway. And then I save it. I don't need to save it as an actual Photoshop original, so I'm just going to save it as PNG Princess Mononoke. Okay. There we go. Don't need to save it. I probably should have checked to see if it was working first, but there you go. Import media. I'll import no face as well. If you save it as a it needs to be saved as PNG, so get rid of the background. If it's saved as a JPEG, you'll get the white background on there, which isn't really helpful. Sorry, no face there. So when I import it, it's right there, and I can move it around and stuff. Yay! So I can put it there. Can zoom in to make her bigger, which I'm probably going to end up doing anyway. Now for a little offset. And then I'm going to have a little Dynasty Baymax pop up as well, so I'm going to make one of them. But that is basically the, oh yeah, actually no, Dynasty Baymax comes later. I mean, Princess Mononoke comes later. She's going to be part of like the footage, so I could put her on top of footage. So I'll work on this one. Don't know why I was doing that. Go on video overlay, text obviously, go higher. I can add more to it as well, which I kind of usually do a lot on this one, because usually I put multiple text on there. So yeah, basically she's on there. She'll be a little on there as well. I can move her around and stuff. I can animate her. So I animate her using this. These are your lovely keyframes. That's your main one, and then if you want to move it to the end, move it a little bit, and then you'll realise that she didn't move there because time for Bard, aka the Lost Studio Give. Yeah, that's kind of stupid because magic. Too much explanation. I can't bother to do it yet. If you want more help on it, then I'll actually give you like a full explanation. But I think you're fine with it. You're fine. Alright then, so I'm about halfway through on the recording. No, it's not taken me 3 days to actually get to this position. I've had to do other things, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another thing that I do, part of it, depending on the content. So in it I mentioned about something called Meep Awareness. If you're not like familiar with Bard and everything, it's basically one of his golden little statue things that follow him around. So kind of need a picture of him, so I just need to go and get some references. But what I'm going to do is base it on my poorer awareness that I did before. Okay, so I'm going to make a nice lovely circle. Have it on fill as white and then no stroke on it, so there we go. How about that? And then give it, when it wants to obey, give it a stroke around it. Using the graphics tablet at the moment to get a more full effect for when I'm drawing it. So that's that. Have a nice golden colour for it. And then shrink it down a little. Good enough? No! Why are you doing that? Bad. Right, that should be good enough. So I'm going to rasterise it. Or not. Right, we'll merge it down. And then get rid of the white, because there's a white thing in the middle of it. I'm just going to simple as cheat. Do that, do that. And then, hey presto, perfect circle. There is easier ways of doing it, but there you go. So that's what they look like. What I might have to do is just draw another circle in there and then do it that way. Have it a little bit lower stroke this time. So, yeah. Just so that I want it all like rasterized and stuff. I have to do that. Put that in there, delete it. Hey presto, 2 circles. And then another circle? No, don't need another circle. So I'm gonna have it about there. Oh, it loves to run super slow when I'm using fraps. Gotta love that. Yes, I do. So let's just recreate it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's only gonna pop up for like a couple of seconds anyway, so. Usually what I do is I do one side and then like copy it over, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put the shape dynamics back onto it. So usually, there you go. Give it a little bit nicer appeal to it. Seems good enough. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it, turn it back around. Yeah, that'll do. And then have a little bit of a neck on him and like that. There we go, so just delete that, and then what I want to do is I want to go into this, pretty much copy what I did last time for the poorer awareness. Logo, pull that back a little. And then use frizz, quadrata, and then meep awareness. And then I'm gonna switch that background. Hey presto. There's a lovely logo. Obviously I want to get rid of that. I want to save it as a PNG. Then I'm going to call it Meep Awareness. And what I want to do is want to save it as a Photoshop file as well. So if you have a look, right on here, there's my poorer awareness one. So I'm pretty much copying that for Meep Awareness. I think although it is lined up, oops, I'm gonna just have it lined up so it goes like that instead. Open it up in Photoshop and then hey presto, it's a thing. Alright, so I've got about a minute left on my recording to do. It has been a journey and a half for it. Kind of realised it can be quite boring and repetitive with this type of editing, but oh well, it happens. So I want to show you a little other thing that I do in some videos, and that's a scenario. So basically I add in stuff, mess around with them, like do very small animations with them, and then hey presto, a little small thing for it. So on this bit I actually am talking about
is going to be useless on a
RAM, which is basically another mode on League of Legends, and I haven't actually got any footage for it, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to create something. So I'm going to pretend that Bard is our little Dynasty Baymax here. I'm going to make him a bit smaller. There we go. So he can be right there. Because why not? I do talk about his power, his E power, so I'll just do the letter E. No, I'll do Magical Journey. There you go. There you go, that's totally his Magical Journey right there. And let's get the right colour. Let's just go back on this one. Get the colour of this. There we go. The outline on it again. Now to sync it up. Okay, so I'm going to stupidly do a stupid animation for him. Start him off over here. Okay, yeah, so I'll do it like this. So he can just be stationary there. So I'll have this bit animated. And then, hang on, I'm just doing this on a whim. I don't know what I'm going to do for this bit, to be fair. I'll do halfway through, it can be travelling along. Oh, no, what have I done? Oh, I'm on the thing, got it. So keep going. Back to there. And then have it fall down on like that. So you go. See how that goes. Bard's Magical Journey is going to be useless on a RAM. Granted, he I like that. You know, it's just basically stuff like that. I find it stupidly amusing. I shouldn't really, but there you go. So, what can I find in my lovely Pics for Vids thing? I have a lot of stuff stored in here. So, I get Katarina, Riven, crappy Varus one, and Zin. That'll do. And then I'll need just to add one more video track. Yep, did think so. Didn't do her properly. So, bye, cat. That just explains why you should have it in 1280 by 10 or by 720. I just use her for a different thumbnail instead of like a proper one anyway. So just put these down here. Don't need this one. Delete track. Probably will need it a little later on, but there you go. So I'm going to mess around with Zin, although they all face in the opposite way. That one is once again off. Oh well, that was when I was learning how to do it. Okay. Yeah, you can't get as bad as that. Let's just go for it. So they're all off screen at the moment, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have randomly come on at random intervals. I'm trying to make it as authentically rubbish as possible, so don't worry about it if it's I'm not taking this seriously, basically. Right, first I'm going to resize her, probably not that small, and let's put her on the edge there. You see what I mean though, why it needs to be in 1280 by 720. Not happy with it, but it's just a joke, okay? So it's fine. So now we're following Dynasty Baymax. Bard's magical journey is going to be useless on her own. Granted, he and his other allies can go through turrets, but there really is no point. Oh god, that's just a piss off. You see, this is why I check. He and his other allies can go through turrets, but there really is no point. As a support character, you can have... Yep, that's good enough. So yeah, about a minute left, and then I will show you the end bit of how I've snapped stuff together, and then I'll get the music ready and started. Because whoop whoop. So I'm finally right near to the end. I've only got this last little bit to do. It only needs a couple more bits of footage on there, and that's about it. And then I'm going straight onto the music. Lovely royalty music, gotta love it. Adding it at the bottom, making it blend in, rendering it after looking all the way through it, then hey presto, it's another video! So, what I've been doing to get all of this lovely footage here, and yes, it's taken me forever, and I have somewhat procrastinated about it, but the reason is because I'm having to go forwards and backwards into this. So what I usually do is grab hold of the footage, I think I've already explained anyway, grabbed it all, plunked it in, and then synced it to the sound, rather than having well, this is more sound based than it is actually footage based, if that makes any sense, but there you go. So yeah, as you can tell, I've took out quite a lot of stuff. What I usually do is grab the footage and drag them over to the end, but I found that you can just cut and paste, so that's what I've been doing as well. I've been really annoying though, because the fact that because I've got video overlay active, the footage will actually go into there, then it'll create a new audio track, and that really pisses me off. So I have to just quickly make sure that it's in video. So all it needs to do is just grab a couple more bits for it, and then it should be all over and done with. Good enough. So most of my content so far has been like consistent with what I've been saying on it, but considering it's the end bit, I don't really need to like bother much about it. Put a couple more bits of footage in there. But until then, your feedback on Bard. But until then. So also what I've done as well, only little bits every now and again, but basically stretch it out a bit more. I do realise that in these I kind of like put the edited bits a little too close to each other and like sound like I actually don't know any punctuation, but I'm actually, yeah, I'm very punctual. Not regarding, actually I'm very punctual going places, and very punctual when it comes to grammatically editing stuff. Yeah, that makes no sense again. Okay, let's get one where I've actually done something. There's no victory. Usually I end it with like a victory at the end, but there's no victory considering I wasn't able to sustain with Bard. Also, I'm going to plan on getting a new graphics card because I'm sick of this lagging like a bitch. That's good enough. There you go, that can be the end footage bit. If I don't like the length of it as well, I can trim it and add bits to it as well. So it's not too bad. See, that's what I mean. It adds another flipping thing to it. Gotta keep remembering doing that. But like I said, what I usually did beforehand was just drag them over. And I have a nice lovely fade there. And then just make sure it's all fitting. But until then, I will see you in the future. Although you can't really show it because it's a flipping lag like a bitch thing. Ugh. Move that over, put it there. Feedback on Bard. But until then, I will see you in the future. Have it actually going into the talking as well. Do that sometimes as well. See you in the future. Okay, that's good enough. So what I want to do now is grab all of this footage, otherwise I'm going to be like having to render 47 plus minutes of that. And then hey presto. So that is an almost complete thing. As you can tell, a lot went into it, considering that DCYO doesn't have all of this junk going everywhere. But yeah, it does stack on. As you can tell, it got really high there. Lovely high towers of footage. Okay. So what I want to do is keep it back to there, and then... Okay, this is a lovely site you can go on as well. It is called... Royalty Free Music. Simple. Actually, it's called, yeah, iconprotect.com. That one, basically. Put that there. Let's go for relaxed. Oh no, we'll go for mystical. And then what I do is go through these and then have a look, see which ones to go with. So that's what I'm going to do now. What I usually do as well is I make sure that it all fits, as in, like, because it's a 5-minute video, I want to make sure it's around at least 5 minutes long, or something that I can actually, like, fuse together to make longer. But to be fair, the top one actually seems not too bad for it. Okay, so time to hit download. Yeah, I'd just like to say Kevin McLeod, or whatever your name is. I'll keep on screwing up your surname. McLeod or something. You dude are awesome. You really are. Thank you so much for doing this. But yeah, I'll copy this into descriptions as well, so most of the time I do. Sometimes I forget. Sorry guy. So Odyssey is right there. Let's go on to that. Add it a little lower. So it's actually a little over 5 minutes now, but what I do usually do is find somewhere to start merging it, so... Then I want to copy this and paste it so it kind of like fuses together. About 7.2. Loading in like that. And then I make sure that the footage is all good and running, and then I render it. Oh, actually, no, I don't need to do that thing at the end. But that's an option. That's an option. Always an option to do that. So like I said, once again, it's very sound based. Okay, what I can do... Because I pretend to be stupid here. Wait, that isn't right. There we go. See if that's just giving me what I needed. Yes, awesome. Okay. Do it again. See, this is always best. Why it's always best to go through it all, make sure it's all good. Usually I don't go through it when it comes to big bits or big videos, but when it comes to this I need to go through it, make sure that all footage flows together well, otherwise all that editing's for nothing, which I don't want. Hey everyone, GeminiShadowCat here, and I'm doing another League of Legends this time. Stupid lag on this thing, why don't you work properly? Oh my god, stop it. I'm blaming it on you, Trollface. Okay, so I am happy with this all going the way it is and everything, so it is on to the lovely rendering, and it's only going to take for about 10 minutes at the most or something like that, because it is a 5-minute video. So this is what I mean by the fact that it's easy to render, forever to edit, whereas when I get around to Tales from the Borderlands, whenever it wants to come out, which kind of sucks at the moment because it's not out at all, it's going to take quite a little easy time to render, and then forever to, for it to edit and then forever to render. Okay, so once again it didn't take me forever to do it, it only took about 15 minutes, but stuff popped up, so on to the uploading, yeah! So I'm on to upload. I double checked to see if everything was working and made sure the video was in the right thing as well. Moved it over. So go back onto this. Go back to League of Legends. I always like go back to stuff, but okay, call it that. So give it a description, do a thumbnail, then hey presto. Okay then, so now it has all of the stuff put onto it. All my lovely boring descriptions that barely anybody reads, I suppose. It is on to the thumbnail. There we go, that's good enough. So I'm going to put a bigger League of Legends thing in. So I'm going to use Gnar as an example. That's where I want to get to. Apart from this one has 2 of them on there. Yes, sometimes, well, usually I don't like do that, but looks good. I'm going to go for it. So just make sure it's all lined up. Make sure the picture's alright. Yep, I'm happy with that. There we go. Hey presto. So what I usually do is go into stroke, give it a bit of stroke on there anyway, but I've already done that, so it generally is all about backtracking and going back and doing your other stuff. So bard, do Photoshop file, and oops, bard the JPEG. Nope, that one. Oh, so it's already published. So I just need to make sure that it's got a thing on there before, otherwise it takes forever for the thing to be up there. There we go. So it's published straight away because it kind of needs to do it, because it has been quite a while since I've uploaded something last. So okay, so that's all done. And okay, so yeah, I've got to go. Next time hopefully it'll be Tales from the Borderlands, and I'll see you in the future.